Today we're going to look at how to make Copilot more useful in a SharePoint document library using our Internet knowledge base as an example. This Copilot improvement is done by fixing the data, not tweaking the AI. We'll be adding Autofill Columns to SharePoint. This capability started rolling out around 2025 and now is a core part of the Copilot experience. Autofill columns are metadata in a SharePoint library populated by AI. In this video, I will show you how to teach Copilot to read your documents and automatically fill columns. So instead of users tagging documents manually, AI does it for you.
All right, so this is our knowledge base in the Carabiner example site. And we're going to take a look at, first of all, just this library, what we have in this document library in terms of fields. So let's go up to the gear and library settings and more library settings to take a look at the columns in this library. So we've got some useful metadata here already. That it's a fairly well metadata populated knowledge base, of course, because we have articles, article number, article type, is what sort of article are we looking at here, policy, training, FAQ, etc. And it's also, we also have classification here. The classification looks a bit like a department. So this was just because the knowledge base was going to be classified some way, so we use the department to keep it simple. So with our Copilot license, a Copilot for Business, I've got this Copilot button here, Copilot Actions. So first thing I'll do is just open the chat here. And so this is ask a question about the knowledge base. So it's context sensitive. It knows we're in the knowledge base. And let's ask a question. So the question I'm going to ask here is, what actions do finance documents require? So we know that we've got an expense claim, a health and safety under finance. Okay, well, let's see what happens here. Now, keep in mind that there are 10 documents in this document library, and it's something that could grow over the time. Probably most of your document libraries are greater than 10 files, aren't they? Okay, so we've got some results, some pretty decent results actually, submitting expense complaint forms, getting manager approval, etc. So that's fine, that works pretty well, but keep in mind with 10 files, it took about a minute, maybe a minute and a half, and it's figuring out these answers every time by reading all of the documents. So that works fine for 10 files. It doesn't scale very well. So the answers can be mixed, unstructured, and unpredictable. So what we're going to do to make this better is we're going to set up those autofill columns. Okay, now we're going to make the data a little bit more explicit for Copilot. So adding some autofill columns that will be populated by a Copilot query whenever a document is added or when you explicitly ask the autofill to run. So if I go over to Copilot Actions here, notice Create Autofill Columns is one of my choices, or I could just open it in chat, either way. We'll do it this way with the autofill column first. I'm going to just add autofill columns, and notice the prompt it gives me is look at the documents in this library and suggest 3 new columns to help organize them. Name each using no more than 2 words and use sentence case. Okay, so that's one way to do this. I'm going to save a step. I've got a prompt written on my other screen here, which I'll copy. Because this is AI, I can say, I don't need the quotes. I'm just putting them here for visual. So add an action summary column, single line of text. This will be an autofill column with a prompt. What is the single most important action a user must take based on this document? So this in the quotes here is telling Copilot the prompt that it's going to run on the document to fill in this column. So let's see how this goes. Okay, that's 45 seconds later. And here is the action summary column. So it shows it in a little card in the Copilot prompt area here. So let me just show the autofill prompt. So this is the exact wording I gave it, except it just added return not found, no action is stated. That's fine, we'll leave that. So now we can choose to edit or keep this. So I'll show the edit on another field. This one we'll just keep it. And now we have a new action summary column. If I just refresh, there it is, action summary. Now, that column is still blank. So what we can do now is we can select a file here and go Autofill Columns, Autofill. So this is for this file that I've selected. Files are being processed. View autofill activity. I'm going to zoom in again. Okay, so one column processed, one column filled. So let's take a look at that. Here's that file, and let's look at the details. Let's take a look at the action summary field. Here it is. Field claims claim, attach receipt for manager and finance approval. So it's filled that in. Now, what we can do is we can select all of these and then go into the autofill and autofill all of them. So I'll kick that off now. Notice it says your file's being processed. This may take several hours, and it may take several hours. I've had an issue where even for these 10 files in here, that it was taking 3 hours and not completing. So keep an eye on this autofill activity, and you can see it chugging away here. Oh, this is looking good. Okay, and I want to add one more field here, and that's the target audience. So I'm going to do it a slightly different way here. So rather than going directly into Copilot, I'm going to add a column here. Next. And it's called target audience. So this is basically who this is meant for. It's a choice. And here's the values. So all staff, managers, HR staff, now down here, autofill on. So input your question or instruction here. So here, this prompt, this is a default prompt, and you can use that. This is actually pretty good. We're gonna test this out. So let's test this one out. I'm going to say the expense submission and test. So down here, it'll show the result. So it says all staff. Okay. So let's try one of the information technology ones. So that's would be creating a department site. Let's test that one. Come up with IT staff. Nope, it's coming up with still all staff. Okay, so this is not a great prompt. Let's try it differently. So rather than use it's recommended one there, let's try this. Test that again. There we go. Okay, so it's producing IT staff for that SharePoint intranet one. Okay, so then we can save this field. And there's target audience, and it's also not filled in. Now let me go into the all articles view and just see the article name. So these, just to show you that these are standard fields, I'm going to go into edit this view and take a look at, there's the action summary that we just added. Let's put that at number 3. And there's also audience target audience down here. Let's drop that into position 4, just so we can see them clearly. And okay, to update this view. So action summary, is not filled in for all of them. Target audience isn't filled in for any. So let's just select this one again and autofill columns, autofill. Right, so now that is processing. And that was processed very quickly. So what I would do here is I would select all of them and I would autofill columns and let it run. And I'll be right back to give another example. Okay, it's processed very quickly this time. I see the action summary and target audience are all set now through that autofill process. And it only took a couple of minutes. So that's how we create those autofill columns. And if you want to modify one, you can just pull it down here and column settings and edit. And here's the prompt test, all of that, that's there. I'll also show you if I go into the library settings, those fields exist as just regular fields, though we know they're not regular fields. There's target audience and action summary, and also 3 new fields have been added. These are used for the autofill process. So that autofill process only happens when you create the file or if you initiate the autofill. A modification to the file does not reproduce that autofill metadata. I wanted to point out one thing while we're here. This classification field, if you were watching some of my other videos, you would have seen that I used a prefix of a number here to force a particular sort order. That actually caused a problem when I was testing for this video. So AI doesn't want to see any extra doodads, no descriptions or extra text or abbreviations, or in this case, prefixed numbers. It's not finding what it's looking for then. So I had to remove those to make this work properly. So now we're going to rerun our query. Go in here and we'll open the chat and paste in what actions do finance documents require, same as we asked before. Okay, so now first of all, this happened in 20 seconds instead of 45. I've got a lot more detail coming in, which is great. And also worth emphasizing that as this document library grows, this query will continue to be solid. Whereas without those extra metadata fields, as action summary and audience that we added, we couldn't necessarily be sure about the results here. So Copilot is able to read all of those fields, including classification, article type, target audience, action summary, etc. So before that, the question was mostly guesswork, and now we've created it with more structure. Now, just to show how we can use that one more way, remember we have this target audience field. Let me go to my other view. All articles, there it is. Target audience. So with Copilot, I can also create a view using a field such as that. So create a grouped view by target audience. So they're auto-filled by Copilot, but they are regular fields. Okay, it's about 30 seconds later, and here it is, target audience, all staff, IT staff, etc. Actually looks really good. So let's save that view. So it's in preview mode right now. We'll click save. It's creating that view. Behind here we have group by target audience. There it is. So think of it this way. We didn't improve Copilot, we improved the data. Before we added those autofill fields, Copilot is reading the documents, and afterwards, Copilot is querying actual structured knowledge. And I find it's interesting, it's kind of like two-tier because we're using Copilot to populate those fields, and then we're using Copilot later to use the populated values to produce better results, and ultimately, more consistent answers. So that's where autofill columns really make a difference.
So here's the key idea. We didn't improve Copilot, we improved the data. Before autofill columns, Copilot reads documents, and after, Copilot queries structured knowledge, structured metadata. And that gives you better filtering, better targeting, more consistent, reliable answers. That's where autofill columns make a real difference to your staff, getting answers to AI prompts they can truly trust. If you found this video to be useful, please share. Your questions and comments are welcome. And don't forget to like and subscribe.